Hi, I'm Mike Conley, and this is Marcia Marks, and we're just here to kind of recap the events of the Willard Library overnight ghost hunt. We had several strange things happen during the night that we'll get into in just a second. I wanted to talk about some of our personal experiences first. So, Marcia, what kind of stuff did you experience that evening?
You guys were mostly upstairs in the research room a lot of the time, and my friend Michelle and I and Bobby Joe were downstairs in what was at one time the boiler room, the coal chute. That's where the girl lady was initially seen in the 30s, her first reported sighting. So we thought we'd kind of go down there and see what we could find out. Michelle and Bobby Joe had the Ghost Radar downloaded on their iPhones. It's an application that's really cool, and we happened to come upon an entity named Frank. He kept saying his name and kept asking us about April. We didn't know if it was the month or what he was talking about, and we found out from some of the people that were there the year before that there was a girl named April that Frank kept bothering the whole time. He kept giving her hugs and kind of messing with her, so we thought that was kind of weird. But he would only talk to us if it was just the three of us by ourselves, because they said he was a younger guy and he liked women. So.
There you go. I did feel some cold sensation. The hair on my arms started standing up.
I felt cold, like on one of my arms.
Yeah. Actually, we had several people during the evening that experienced some cold sensations. But you can see the equipment we have in front of us. I think, with the exception of the ghost box here, we've got some kind of reading from almost everything that night. We're going to show you some of the video and some of the other evidence we caught. We're going to let you decide for yourself whether you think it's believable or not. One of the things that happened to me is the rods. The evening of the 24th, during the ghost hunt, was getting a lot of activity with the rods from what we believe to be an entity named Billy. Billy is supposedly an 8 or 9 year old child from Louisville who had family here in town and at one point visited Willard Library. This is from what we've heard from past investigations. He enjoyed the library so much that he's decided to spend his days there now. So one of the weird things that was happening, or things we've had happen in the past, is Billy likes to play with the rods, and what he actually likes to do is touch my shoulder. Billy, would you like to touch my shoulders again?
Look at that.
Go ahead and touch my shoulders. You will see it's not just a matter of me moving the hands and moving the rods, because they do stop at certain points halfway, or they will point to other people. Yeah. No, Billy, point both rods toward Allison, please. I think a good investigation. We had some results. The EVPs, honestly, I didn't expect to get much from the EVPs. We've done this in the past. Other groups have done it in the past, and I don't know that they've really gotten anything. I've not seen anything or heard anything, but we did get a couple things. At least we think we did. I'm sitting here looking over some of the EVPs, 2 of the EVPs that we caught. As I said, we can't tell what they are. We're going to upload these as MP3 files and let you guys click on them. Send us, what you think they are. Let me play this first one. This is the strange steam engine train sound or howling or whatever it is. But anyway, here it is. I have no idea what that was. If anybody has any ideas or suggestions, please send them in to us. This one, we actually have something here that's saying, go home. Let's take a listen. Let us know what you think. Those are our EVPs that we caught. We're going to upload them as MP3s. Go ahead and look for them on LibraryGhost.com. Not really sure what they are, but they're definitely worth listening to and taking a look at. One of the most intriguing pieces of evidence or collection of evidence that we got that evening actually involved most of the equipment you see here. It was right before our first commercial break. Allison and I had wandered around the first floor and were just looking for signs of activity and whatnot. And we went to the center of the library toward the back. Well, we noticed that the spot we were in was right below Willard Carpenter's portrait in the library. And the readings we were getting were kind of strange. Allison asked if it was the Great Lady, and the rods didn't move. And then on the ghost radar, we had a reading that said Dad. So Allison asked if, is this Willard Carpenter? And the rods cross, okay? So I'm telling the story of Willard Carpenter, which basically is that Willard was a wealthy philanthropist. He had all kinds of money, and when he passed on, he left a majority of the money to the library. The story goes that he left just some to Louise Carpenter, his daughter, and she was upset about it, ended up suing the library's board of trustees over the money and lost. And that's why she's angry and continues to haunt the library. But as we're doing this, we're getting readings from the rod, we're getting readings from the ghost radar, and we also had been messing around with the EMF detector. It was on, but in order for the thing to work, you've got to get a good reading, you've got to press the button there. And so the thing's, it's on. It's in back of our cameraman during this whole thing. Wes is sitting there with the camera, and the EMF detector just starts going nuts. It blinking, flashing, and then it kind of cuts out, but it's still getting some type of reading on there. You'll see that with the camera. We also took some readings with the thermometer, and we think we picked up some cold spots there. We were right by a window, but where we were measuring was not the window area. So the temperature did drop to, I think it was about 55 degrees from it was about 70 degrees. It would fluctuate between 72 and 68, but all of a sudden,
big drop in
yeah,
temperature, though.
yeah. So it was while we were talking about Willard Carpenter, the EMF goes nuts, the rods are crossing, the ghost radar is saying Dad, and we get the temperature drop. So it's up for you guys to decide, but I think something definitely happened there that night.
Oh, yeah.
Left much of his fortune to the library and very little to his... What do we get there? Whoa. What's going on here?
Cow,
What is that?
that's the EMF detector going off for no reason.
All right.
Well, we'd like to thank you guys for joining us on the hunt. We'd like to thank you for viewing the video. Wish everybody a safe and happy Halloween. And we'd like to thank, once again, our sponsor, the Old Catacombs and the House of Lecter, for sponsoring this year's ghost hunt. We look forward to seeing everybody next year.
Have a great Halloween.
Willard Carpenter was a wealthy philanthropist. Left much of his fortune to the library and very little to his... What do we get there? Whoa. What's going on here?
Cow,
What is that?
that's the EMF detector going off for no reason.
All right.
That just spiked for no reason.
Yeah, shine that laser back on it. Did that not?
No, that's got nothing to do with it. Turn your body back toward it, see if that maybe did it.
I mean, I've been leaning up here
Yeah.
for a while.
That's crazy.